I think that allowing for the book being, after all, a parody, something like 1984 could actually happen. This is the direction the world is going in at the present time. In our world, there will be no emotions except fear, rage, triumph, and self-abasement. The sex instinct will be eradicated. We shall abolish the orgasm. There will be no loyalty except loyalty to the party. But always there will be the intoxication of power. Always, at every moment, there will be the thrill of victory, the sensation of trampling on an enemy who is helpless. If you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. The moral to be drawn from this dangerous nightmare situation is a simple one. Don't let it happen. It depends on you.
What's going on, everyone? It's Gina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Wednesday. This is Breaking the Narrative, and I'm here with my good friend Jay, aka Drunk 3PO, is in the house. What's going on, buddy?
I'm like eating a pudding pop. Like I'm like, the camera's on. I'm like,
oh my god! Prepare
well.
yourself. I see a Mandalorian behind you. Thanks.
That's Boba Fett, yeah.
Is it?
And there's a cartoon.
Gina. Oh, so cute. I love it. Look, it's Force of Light Entertainment. She's famous now.
Fox News, man.
I know. You a star.
For complaining about Peter Pan.
Thanks for becoming a member, Helena J. Thank you so much. Oh my God. I'm so excited to talk to you. We have so much to catch up on, Jay. I feel like you were just kind of saying that we're like in this weird family.
Yeah.
We're always around each other, but we're not really just spending that time, the quality time. And then so I'm happy that you're here. And
I'm just happy you still have that tank top, man. That's like an original shirt. I can't sell that anymore.
I know. I'm so happy I got it when I got it. Dude, whenever I go anywhere in Mexico and I wear this, everyone just kind of like stares at it and they're like, that's nice. That's
I have 3 left and I wear them, you know, when I head over to like Galaxy's Edge and stuff. Everyone's like, can I get that shirt? I was like, can't get them anymore.
No, I'm so happy I ordered it. So that's why whenever you like
slowly dying.
Yeah.
Every time I put it in the wash, it like slowly dies.
Oh, that's why I haven't washed it at all. I'm very careful. I'm like, I'm just not going to wear this shirt. And whenever I do, like, I'll just be really careful with it. It's had like 1 wash. I'm not going to put it in the wash. I'll just like hand wash it myself. You know, you gotta keep it good. But yeah, oh my God. Force of Light's, yeah, she's making the world a better place. So is Jane Theory. Let's hit that article really quick because that was funny. It was it just dropped into my lap. Bye, Michelle. New live action Peter Pan trailer shocks with major character changes, diversity nonsense. Dude, did you see the trailer?
I did a reaction for it. Uploaded it on YouTube.
That's right.
Instablock.
I heard a lot
no
of
one
people
can
got
see
blocked.
it. It's sitting there looking at me. I sent a dispute in because as was like, send a dispute in. I think they'll drop it. Yeah. I sent a dispute in. They still haven't dropped it yet.
But it's like,
if they drop it tomorrow, like, should I just make it public? Whatever.
Yeah,
I
I
might.
would. I would, because everyone wants to see your handsome face anyway. No one cares about the trailer. We just care about your handsome face.
Let's see. Nope, still didn't drop it.
They
Still
still haven't
blocked.
dropped it. That's weird because usually Disney's pretty good with trailer. Like, usually Disney doesn't
It's
block
wild
them.
because I like looked at the normal people that do trailer reactions, and none of them. There was only 2 that was on YouTube, and
Oh.
when you watch their video, they just played it for like 5 seconds and stopped, and 5 seconds. And I'm like, I usually don't do that. I like to watch the whole thing through, and then. But yeah, Disney usually the only WB kind of gives you a hard time about. They copy claim it, which isn't terrible. You just don't make money off the video. So, but yeah, a block like from that's wild. It's not a strike or anything.
Was it a block like in certain territories, or was
No,
it like all over?
100% block. You are not
Wow.
allowed to show that. Yeah,
That's crazy. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like I heard the trailer's getting like ratioed pretty badly anyway, so
it's terrible.
maybe they're just kind of like, oh, we don't want this to show at all. The weird part for me is like, I mean, I watched the trailer and I was like, this could have been way worse. Like it wasn't one of the worst ones in my opinion. I actually thought like it was better than the Little Mermaid one. I was like, I mean, the Little Mermaid one was just like so fucking bad that I was like, oh, but this one, I mean, this one was bad too, but I'm just so sick and tired of all the live action stuff.
That's the key right there. And it's also they put a bad taste in so many's mouths about diversity and this and inclusion. Everyone's just kind of like over it. We're just over it. We're like, give us good different stories, and stop trying to like force diversity. It doesn't work. We hate it. You're taking classics and changing it. Lost Girls now. I remember hearing like my friend Mark and Young Ripa, they're like, they haven't even scratched the surface of African mythology and the amazing stories that they could be pulling from them if they wanted to, include different ethnic groups or whatever it is. It's like they don't even touch it. They just do the lazy route by just changing what's already there.
Yeah, and then the one time they go and make a movie about like African culture, like they make the Woman King, and it's like about the worst part.
Yeah, that's
African
not a myth
culture.
though. That's like fake history.
I know. So it's like why? Like you have so much stuff to pull from, and the one time you go do something, you do it bad. Like you're like, why? But okay, so this is the Fox News article. Obviously, we're not going to show the trailer here because I don't want to be blocked. But we'll talk about it. Disney's Peter Pan and Wendy was lambasted across social media. I love the word lambasted.
I know. Let's look smart.
After its first trailer Tuesday featured female Lost Boys characters, the preview of the latest live action remake appeared to follow similar story beats of the original J.M. Barrie story until the characters reach the fabled Neverland. Upon coming face to face with the Lost Boys, Wendy, played by Ever Anderson, which, I mean, she looked cute. Like, at least she looked cute. They didn't, like, uglify her or anything. I mean, I thought that Wendy and Tinkerbell, like, at least look cute. I mean, yes, Tinkerbell is kind of, like, race swapped, but at least she's got hair and she's not, like, bald and, like, doesn't look like a fucking weird alien or something.
My issue is, like, if they feel like they need to make the movies to be inclusive, right? If they feel like they got to change the characters, if they've got to race swap, whatever they got to do, if they feel like we have to do this to save whatever. The funny thing is they're not doing that at the theme parks at all. People are going there to see classic Tinkerbell, classic Little Mermaid. They're not changing it for that. And so it's like, if you really feel that way, Disney, change them at your theme parks and see if people will stand in line and take pictures with them. But no, it's the white girl with red hair and the fake fin, that people are waiting in huge lines to take a picture. They won't change it anywhere else. So I guess they feel like we do it on the movies, then we'll do okay. But they won't change them anywhere else. So like, here's the funny thing: like Willow, that horrible Willow series came out where it's like basically everybody's gay, and I didn't see it.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either, and like I just watched Anna's and everyone else's review of it. I was like, dear God, it's awful. When you go into like the theme parks or the Disney stores and stuff like that, they have Willow merchandise, but it's from the original film.
Oh my God.
They didn't even put the new characters in anything. It was all like classic Willow merchandise. And if it's like, if you believe in your product, Disney, if you believe in it, why don't you sell it? Where's the characters? Where's the action figures of all these new characters, of all these diverse characters? They don't make them because they know no one's gonna buy them. They'll buy the classic Mad Mardigan and all that other stuff. So, you know, I see you, Russell Hall. I see you.
Do you think that it, like, down the line that they'll push the new movie merch at some point? No, or do you think
it wasn't popular enough?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it's not popular. You know what they sell, like at Galaxy's Edge, they sell Chewbacca and Princess Leia and stuff like that. Ain't no one buying a Rey doll.
I mean, I guess like out of like all the new stuff, I think people are probably still, possibly still buying Baby Yoda. Like
Baby Yoda's the biggest seller. Yeah, they put that freaking thing on everything. I mean, everything. You name it. They have soap. They have dishwashing soap, toothbrushes, plates. They have tea sets. Anything you could think of, they have Baby Yoda's face slapped on it. They have a jogging outfit. Like the last time I was there, I was like, why would someone buy this? A Star Wars Baby Yoda full jogging outfit, from the hat. It's like a windbreaker. The pants. It's got.
You gotta buy that for Anna. Come on. Come on. You know Anna's your number one customer.
That stuff's expensive there, man. It's like, wow. I just take pictures.
Patrick T for $4.99. Where are you, Joey?
Yeah. What's up, Patrick?
Thanks, Patrick G. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's keep going on this one. But you're not all boys, Wendy remarked. So one of the girls replied back, well, wait, before we go on, what is your favorite rendition of Peter Pan?
Does Hook count?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I love Hook.
Because that's mine.
Yeah, all right, good. Yes, I freaking loved Hook.
Yeah, I mean, other than like the Disney movie, like this one.
Yeah, I like I mean, listen, you watch that a million times, you know, and it's like the cartoon here, so it's like you kind of becomes close. But Hook was like that was awesome.
Hook was the best one in my opinion, and I've seen pretty much all of the newer versions. I don't care for any of them except for Hook. The change to the century-old original story caught the attention of several social media users who attacked it as another attempt by Disney to push inclusive
social media users.
That's you, Michelle.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, this person said, so we got what? Toodles, Lost Boys, Wendy, you're not all boys. This is the trailer. I don't care. I will be streaming. Just need them to take the girls out of the Lost Boys, though. I'm so sorry. I'm all for the girl power, but the whole point of the Lost Boys is that they've never seen a girl before. Twitter user. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Isn't that like the whole point? Is that they don't have girls? That's why Wendy is special.
Yeah, she's like, you need a bath, you need to clean, you need to organize. You guys are dumb boys. I'm the smart girl. That's part of the story.
That's literally the story.
and then Tinkerbell, you know, she's like the only girl.
Yeah.
She gets jealous of Wendy because Peter
loves her. And,
yes.
Oh my God. That's literally the story. Another Twitter user commented, looks terrible. Hook looks bad. Tinkerbell, what? Yeah, Hook looks bad. Tinkerbell isn't Tink. And the Lost Boys became girls now. Okay, you know what? The one thing I will say is Tinkerbell is Persian representation. Jane theory, let me know that girl is half Persian, half black. So I will be watching this new movie because I can see myself. I mean, look at her hair. It's literally my hair. I will be watching this movie just because of that, for no other reason. Because now I can finally see myself.
Sounds good.
No, I'm not watching that movie. Okay, here we go. The Forces of Light Entertainment Channel explained the whole point of Wendy and Tinkerbell was to include girls in the appeal of Peter Pan. Lost Boys being girls is just stupid. Girls were already included in this world. YouTuber Jane Theory wrote, the Lost Boys are girls now. Shake my head, and considering the rest, I'm genuinely surprised they didn't just name the film Wendy at this point. Very good point there. The diversity nonsense at Disney continues. Peter Pan is now Indian. Tinkerbell is black. Hey, half Persian, half black. The Lost Boys now have girls among them. Truly a reflection of the UK in 1911. Exactly as Jay and Barry envisioned. Man, this person's totally racist. Like, damn. Just because, 1911 was 1911 doesn't mean that's now. We need to have.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the thing. It's like, let the classics be classics and write new ones.
Totally. Write new ones. They can't, though. They have literally no talent. They have nothing. There's nothing going on. Remember this movie? God, that bombed.
I didn't
watch it.
Saw it.
I didn't either. I heard it bombed. The movie is set to premiere on streaming platform of Disney Plus on April 28th. Let's talk about that. Why do you think it's not coming into the theater, Drunk?
I think Disney's just running out of money to promote stuff, man. I really do. They haven't had like a win, and it's putting it on the streaming service is kind of like easy, and then they could market it like that. It's like exclusive Peter Pan movie only on Disney Plus. But the reaction, like if they see the freaking reaction, it's like maybe that's why they'll just sneak it on Disney Plus and be like, well, we goofed on that one. And stick it on over there.
I think the reason, personally, I think the reason is because one, they know it's not going to make money. I'm guessing they kind of realize the trend of get woke, go broke. So they already know it's not going to make money, and their live action stuff isn't doing too well anymore. That's one. And then the other thing is, in Disney Plus, they can fudge the numbers. So they can just be like, yeah, it's the best Disney Plus movie ever. But really, is it? And who's going to prove them wrong? Where's the numbers? They're never going to release the actual numbers. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's an interesting strategy. I don't know if it's just because they can't promote it enough.
Well, it costs money. That's the thing, is the promotion costs money. So if you look at some of their typical films that they promote is hundreds of, 50, 70, $100 million to promote a movie. That's on top of the production cost. And by looking at the trailer for what it is, yeah, it looks like they spent a lot of money on CGI and effects and things like that. And so there's a lot of money there. And then to release it in the theater and to have it bomb probably tells me they don't believe that this movie, they probably I'm just guessing at this point, but they probably ran a few test screenings and stuff, and people are like, no, I'm not, this is dumb. And they're like, well, let's just drop it on Disney Plus. That's gonna be an escape for a lot of films, I think, where they're just kind of like, yeah, it didn't do well with audiences, so we can drop it on a streaming service, we can drop it. Oh God, Anna, we could drop it on different things. So she just totally railroaded my train of thought.
Oh my God.
I love seeing all the blue balls in the chat. I love it. Everywhere I go, these people putting blue balls in the chat.
I was wondering what the blue balls were, and now I just clued in because I was like, wait, what? It's the book. Yeah. Oh my God. Here it is.
Look at that.
It's doing so well.
Wait, hit the refresh. I think it got. Yeah, Yeah, I can't. Yeah, there we go. Boom.
Wow, amazing. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
You know, since I got to know you, this has been kind of like in you talked about this. This was your plan, and it's always nice to see someone's dream come true. So, tell me a little bit about this, Jay. What sparked
First
it?
off,
What's
since
going
Anna's in the
on?
chat, a huge shout out to Anna, who took half her day to sit with me online to help me put this Indiegogo page together. She also made all the little thumbnails for the tier options. She went above and beyond to help a friend, and I could never ever thank her. And I don't know what I could do to thank her enough. She put literally like all this stuff together for me because I had it set up, and she was like, hey Jay, like, you suck, let me help you because this is
Oh my
so
god.
she didn't say it like that, but it was just, you know, she really helped a lot. So, and but yeah, it was about a 3-year project. And when I was teaching I was a 5th grade teacher in a classroom. I teach online now. I'm not in a classroom anymore, but I just noticed that kids that were the age group in there was like 10, 11-year-old. And a lot
Mhm.
of them were just dealing with like they have no purpose. Like, I have no value in this world. What value do I have for this world? I'm not famous. I don't have any money. I don't have this. And a lot of the school that I was working at was, and we had a lot of kids that were in poverty.
Mhm.
So we supplied shoes and stuff like, I mean, it was like bad. Like, there was, they got free breakfast, they got lunch, and a lot of them got dinner. So they ate all their meals at this school.
Mhm.
And so it technically is like a second chance school, but a lot of the kids there were very poor. And they just felt like we're like nobodies of society. And I just wanted to create an amazing story about this first one. Well, if I don't want to give it away, but this first one is about John, who just feels like Joe Average at everything. I have no I'm just frustrated with myself, and they live in a place where they just can't ask questions. They have to conform and not make any waves. And he runs away right here in that scene,
In this one?
and he discovers the color blue. He's never seen the color blue. That's what achromatic means. Achromatic means without color,
Mhm.
void of
Yep.
color. And so he develops a friendship with the color
The
blue, and it
with the
takes him
little
on an
blue ball.
adventure and shows the
Oh.
purpose that he has for this world.
Now, his
So
name is John?
yeah, this one is John. Yeah,
Is that a shout out to John Talks? I'm just wondering.
when he had hair. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
And
So
he found
so
himself.
that
Well, it's spelled Jon, not John. So
oh, okay. So it's John Malin then. Okay, gotcha.
yeah, I try to make it a little fun. So, but no,
That's awesome,
almost
dude. No,
everyone has
that's
like,
great.
they have average, boring names. They go to an average,
Mhm.
boring school. They have an average, boring life. There's nothing special. And they're just like, why? Why can't we do something? So, you know, it was just one of those things.
I love it. I love the fact. I mean, I backed it. Everybody, I've
Yeah, she
obviously
did.
like I backed it, and I just love when people put creativity out in the world. So and you know, you're my friend, and I wanted to back your dream come true. This is really amazing, and I hope you guys do the same thing. I mean, even if you don't have kids, or even if you don't, know, I'm sure you know someone who's got kids, and
Well,
they'll
the
enjoy
beautiful
reading
thing is
this.
there is an option. It is a little pricey, but there is an option where you can buy one and donate one, or
Oh,
just
that's
donate
right.
10 books to a charity. And around, usually, so when this campaign is done and the books get printed and everybody gets them in their hand, right? Everybody gets them in their hand.
Mhm.
Around October, I'm going to take the donated ones and we're going to vlog it. It's going to be fun.
Oh,
To
yay.
like boys and girls clubs and children's hospitals. And so I don't know if you know what a Ronald
There it
McDonald
is.
House
Donate
is.
to charity. Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
yeah. So and those books are like, I don't make any money off those books. That's why they're like cheaper than the regular ones. So it's like it's gonna be awesome. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And
That's awesome.
so we're gonna vlog it so you could see where we go and how many we drop off, and so you can see where your donated book is going. I've already called like some of the local Boys and Girls Club because I didn't know how many we would have to donate. So at least
Mhm.
in my area in Orlando, I'm like, if there's some usually, if you don't know what Boys and Girls Club is, they're usually in a poor neighborhood where kids could go after school. If they're, if their guardian or parent work late hours, or
it's kind of
they
like the
just need
Y,
help.
right?
Yeah. And so, I asked them, I was like, hey, I've got this graphic novel. If you know of some that enjoy reading and that probably couldn't afford to buy one, we'd love for you to give them away, things like that. So that's what we're gonna do, and it's exciting to see all the encouragement and the people that are supporting stuff like that. And I have a new respect for people that do this, like in Comicsgate and stuff like this, full time. It is I tip my hat. I'm not part of that. Like
It's a
those
lot of
comic
work.
creators they are hustling and bustling and doing stuff, and I tip my hat to them. And I think I know I will do a better job in promoting some of these creators moving forward when I get this done. St. Jude is also on the list. Yeah, that's part of like the Ronald McDonald houses. If you don't know what that is, it's a place for they take care of families that don't have a lot of money, that children that are very sick, so they could stay there, and they do that. So we were gonna get them in their hands as well. So
that's awesome.
So, yeah.
Do they have like stuff to do with Make-A-Wish too? Because I love Make-A-Wish. I always talk about
I think
their
Make-A-Wish
stuff.
is part of like every
Like
they're
of
connected
the whole
all
thing.
over. They're one of
Yeah,
the biggest charities in America, I think.
I
So
freaking love them.
yeah, that's
They're
good
the best
people.
one. They're
Good
really good
people.
people over there, and so are you. I'm so happy for you, Jay.
Well, I'm just
You
saying, I
deserve
hope
this. This is great.
I do believe, though, besides all that, I do believe people are going to love the story. Jane Theory won an early copy, and a few others, because I gave them away to channel members. And she even went out and did a review.
I saw.
And she said, for her to say that she enjoyed it is a big deal. So,
Oh, I
because
can't
like
wait to read it.
she'll tell you like it is, she won't.
Yeah,
She
she's
would have
a
texted me and
spicy
be
one.
like, hey, this ain't that good, man. You might want to like hold off and get the story right and get this right. She would have definitely told me, but she loved the pacing and everything. So
That's
anyway,
great. How many pages is it?
it's over 200. It's a big one.
Wow, that's a big book.
Yeah, so like
Amazing.
people always were like, is it really? So this is ISOM. That's like
Hang on,
90, I think it's like 98 pages. So
let me
this is
blow you up
mine.
here. Okay. Oh,
So, yeah.
wow.
So it's
that's
there
a
we go.
thick
That's
book.
probably better. Yeah, so you'll get your money's worth for sure.
Amazing, dude. That's fantastic.
And the other thing is too, is like I wanted to make sure like it was finished, so I got some test prints done. So these are like some of the test prints, and hold it in my hand so people know like how long is it gonna take before we get it? Like how I was like, once it's done, it goes to the printers, I pick them up, I mail them out. Off you go.
How many is your plan to what's the series gonna be?
What if we get to that point? I wrote a giant story about 4 years ago, and when I first took it to a creative writer editor, they said you could cut this into 6 books.
Wow.
Into 6 stories. So and he goes, and if you just change a few things here and there, and change a few things here and there, you could do like a whole series. So if we get to that, it'll be 6 total.
Wonderful,
it'll be like primary and secondary colors. So
oh, I love that. That's
blue,
amazing.
red, yellow, purple. Yeah.
It's always good to have like the plan, you know what I mean, for like for further stuff. That's really cool.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, but the first one is so far doing really well. And
it's unbelievable.
I hope it does even better. When's your closeout date? Let's see. We got 19 days left still. So back the book.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna do like 10,000 in the first month, and then I would try to extend it another 30.
But you're doing great, dude.
The fellowship and the community, whatever you guys want to be called, you guys have. I'm blown away by your generosity. I'm freaking blown away.
Well, you deserve it, man. You've done so much work.
Well, people like Yellow Flash, who opens up his platform for me to promote. Geeks and Gamers, of course. Everyone at Geeks and Gamers, Anna, all of them they reached out, and they're just like, come on the channel, man, let's do this thing. Come on the channel, let's do this thing. Come on the channel. And they don't have to, it's like I never wanted people to go, well, they're your friends, Jay, so they better do it. And it's like, no. I want to do this myself. And if they invite me on, that's a bonus. But if not, I'm going to hustle as hard as I can. And and do what I have to do to make it successful. And you know, you take those kind of moments when like Friday Night Tights shouted it out, and Eric July talked about it on the live stream. You take those moments and you just like, I'm grateful for that. Did they have to do it? Absolutely not, because that's their channel. This is your channel, Nita. You'd have to invite me on. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Dude.
like you have to have respect for what they're doing as well, because everyone's building their own, you know, their channels and their social media platforms. And so once you get to that place in your mind, your heart, and you're just like, yeah, man, if they invite me on, that's a blessing. If they don't, hey man, it's all good. Like, I'll still learn from them to get out there and do what I have to do. So the support has been unbelievable. So
I 100% agree with you and understand what you mean. And it, you know, it's kind of like what we've cultivated in this corner of the internet. And for that, like, I'm grateful to be part of that as well. Like, it's just like, it blows me away every day. Like, when somebody just reaches out and they're like, you know, I need help with this or something. And then we all kind of get together and help them out. And that's like, it's really cool to see. Always. Speaking of amazing support, let me get a couple of these super chats that have come in. Joseph, thank you so much for the $4.99. No Gina, no watch, no ratings, no clicks, no money. F them all. They all must be fired first. Then we'll think about it. Stand stronger than all. Wow. Joseph, you are just like me. I haven't watched shit when it comes to Disney Star Wars since The Last Jedi, and I won't be. But we're going to talk about it. Stay tuned. Thank you again, Paul Blunt, for the $2.79.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. You need to get that looked at, though, man. Whatever's going on there.
Yeah, dude. Patrick T. Also, thank you for the $4.99. In theater productions of Peter Pan, girls, women depict boys as boys, including Pete. Whatever that's worth. Blue balls in the house.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
I know all the blue. I've heard them all. I was on the Jack show. If I could survive the Jack show, I could survive anything.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I felt like that when I first started out on YouTube. I was like, if I can survive the Jack show, I think I can survive anything. Although the Jack show is really mad at me right now. Well, not the Jack show. A lot of the people who watch the Jack show are mad at me right now because on Simpcast last week, I was a friend and I told Anna to not reach while she was wearing a mini skirt for Super Sailor Mercury. And she was like reaching up on the top shelf, and I kind of screamed for her to not do that. And so she stopped, and everyone got mad at me. But I'm a Hufflepuff. I stay true to my friends. So I had to watch out for my girl. She was letting it all show. That couldn't go on.
Wouldn't have been the first time, though.
I know. 201 Studio for $2. Let's get hashtag I stand with Gina trending on Twitter.
Well, we love Gina trended on Twitter yesterday, and I think I still see it on mine. Now
It was definitely yesterday was trending all day. I don't know. Let me see if I see it.
She saw it too, because she liked a bunch of tweets yesterday. She's just been kind of low key on Twitter. Yeah, so she's seen it. She's seen it, brother. She feels the love.
She liked my tweet, and I was like so happy. I was like, oh, Gina, love you. The Mandalorian's trending here. Let's see what else is trending here.
Paul says, does Jay get pegged by Gina? It never fails that people say that. People always come when I'm live to say stuff.
Well, you know what though? Like, even if he does,
business.
Even if he does, like, that's none of your business. I mean, like, what happens in a bedroom between two consenting adults? It just needs to stay there. 201 Studios, thank you again for that super chat. Horny Al for $4.99. Hey Jay, is Ric Flair in your comic? All kidding aside, would love to have you on the Legion of Memers stream. Congrats on your book success.
I would love to be on that stream. I think the Rogue Attraction is in y'all's chat group. I'm going to see him tomorrow, so I'll talk to him and we'll get a date. I would love to be on.
There you go.
I'll make that happen with Tom, and then we'll have somebody to get in contact. So whenever you guys go live.
I'm sorry, Russell Hall just fucking cracked me up.
Nina is the reason we all have blue balls. Well, I hope you bought the book as well, so you can have a book of it.
Yeah, 100%.
I see Dreaming Tabitha. She put the balls in chat, and so I love seeing it. It's so cool. And Project Egg. Listen, I gotta say, I can't be your cheerleaders anymore. Project Egg. I can. Project Egg Roll is an Asian podcast, and they're in your chat. They are some of the coolest people. They just recently hit 1,000 subscribers. It's like I love listening to them. Sometimes I miss them, but I'll listen to them in the morning. And Project Egg Roll. Egg Roll. It's so funny, man. They're such a
there
great.
They are.
Yeah,
Hello.
there they are. They're kind of like New Kids on the Block, but it's a great podcast. So
okay,
I see Grim with the blue balls, Lulu Blue with the blue balls. I love it. Thank you.
Oh, everybody with blue balls. I love it.
I love it.
Usually it's like, when you see that icon, it's not a good thing. But now I'm like, oh, yay, blue balls, everybody. Yay. Okay, great. 200 Watt Studios for $5. Anyone that watches Disney Star Wars now may as well be spitting on Gina's face. Stay strong. Stand with Gina. Wow. That's some flair. Why are you screaming we don't? You just said you had blue balls.
We're just talking about the famous Jane theory in Fox News.
Yes, she's famous now. She's a star. She's a star. Okay, let's talk about. Oh, by the way, do you know if Little Mermaid is going to be in the theaters, or is that just going on Disney Plus?
That's a theater, man. I think that's going right to theaters.
See that they should put that on Disney Plus because no one's going to watch that fucking garbage. Thank you for becoming a member, Project Egg Roll. Wow, thank you so much. And then 200 Watt Studios for $5. I hear you, Jay. Blue Balls is my middle name. Oh, wow. Good Lord. Okay. So The Mandalorian, the reason that Gina was trending yesterday is because The Mandalorian was set to release, I believe, tonight. Was it tonight or yesterday? I don't know.
Came out yesterday.
Days. Okay. So it came out yesterday. And this article dropped about Dave Filoni and Rick Famuyiwa. Is that how you say his name?
I don't know. I never get it right. It's Rick. I just say Rick.
Okay, so Rick F. And Rick F, they're talking about Gina's basically not being there anymore. I read another article this morning because I don't watch the show, and I read basically what they did with her character was that they said that she's not dead, and she's out there somewhere doing her own thing. I'm guessing you're not watching the show, Jay. Are you watching it or are you not watching it?
So just to keep up with the conversation, I watch Raging Rhino's review. Sometimes I'll watch Star Wars Theories review. And actually Michelle from Force of Light had a good review, so I watched that. Now I do get tagged a lot on Twitter, and someone tagged me on Twitter with the clip from this first episode that how they addressed Cara Dune, the character of Cara Dune. Basically, the Mandalorian showed up at the town where Carl Weathers' character is running, and he looks at the Mandalorian and he's like, "Hey, I need a marshal here." And he goes, "What happened to Marshal Dune?" And he says, after we finished, she got picked up by a special Rangers unit, and she's helping them." And so they said that they basically left the door open, for the character, and Rangers of the, because she was supposed to be in Rangers of the New Republic, I think that's what it's called. That was going to be Gina's show, and so it seems like they just left the door open for that.
So I mean, obviously, I think that Gina's never coming back to Disney and The Mandalorian. I don't think Gina's ever going to go back to Disney Star Wars, at least not under that leadership. So for people who are inevitably going to ask, do you think Gina Carano is going to come back as Cara Dune at some point in the future?
Gee, I've never been asked that.
I know.
All I can say is that she absolutely loves the character. And when we were, and I'll just use her own words, when we were doing the MegaCon tour last year.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, I mean, she had the longest lines of everybody there except one person that was there one day out of the whole year. It was Ewan McGregor, just did one show while Gina did multiple cities and stuff. She had the longest line, and I documented it. It's all on the channel. You could see for yourself.
Yep.
And everybody asked her, will you ever come back? And she always said this. She goes, never say never.
Oh,
that's what she
that's
said.
great. Oh, that's great because
That's
I
what
mean,
she
she
said.
doesn't want to like kill the hope of people who are like big fans of hers, and I respect that.
Well,
Like,
I'll tell you this:
appreciate
like
that.
the stars from the show that were there at the MegaCon,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and listen, that's Gina's business, it's not mine.
Mm-hmm.
But they were very loving. And you know, Juan Carlos has stood up for her, you know, many times.
Mm-hmm.
And they were very loving on her. You know, every time she was there, they hugged her, they took pictures with her, they talked, they went and talked privately, they did, you know, did things
Mm-hmm.
like that. So I don't, you know, Gina is a very, and most of you guys know just by seeing who she is, she's a very loving, forgiving,
Mm-hmm.
you know, she really is. She hates drama. She just
seems like
she
a good
wants everyone
person.
to be happy, and she wants everyone to be successful.
Yeah.
She really does. And the stuff that, you know, they said about her was like, just as like, I can't believe they would say that stuff because, you know, I'm the complete opposite of everything that they're saying. So that's just who she is. She just wants,
It's
I
so
mean, listen, she hasn't
crazy.
posted on social media. She went, like, I didn't expect her to like retweet my book or even mention it because you know how it is. Like
Mm-hmm.
certain celebrities don't, and I totally get it. Like I totally get it. Like I wasn't gonna be mad if she didn't do that, but she did it anyway. And yeah, did we get a lot of hell for that? Yeah, people came out of the woodwork to trash me and her. They're like, oh, you just
Oh.
associate with terrible YouTubers and stuff, and it's like, geez, man, like what's the big deal?
Man, people just
So
want to hate. Like some people just want to hate on things. It's so annoying because I mean, I tweeted something out too, and like, you know, in her support because I like her. Like, I actually do really like Gina Carano as a person because of
yeah,
because of the reason that she stood up, you know, to big bullies and like, you know, all the, like Disney's a fucking bully, all right? Like Disney and all these other, you know, big studios that did all the bullshit that they did with the masks and all the, you know, bullshit that they did that's all coming
yeah,
out to be all bullshit now. You know, she stood up to that, and you know, that's why she has my personal respect because I don't even watch Disney Star Wars. I never even watched her as the Mandalorian, like or in the Mandalorian as Cara Dune. So for me, my respect for her was a different level. And there was like these people in the replies being all like hating on her and being like, "Oh yeah, that's because she's like a fascist and like she loves like blah blah blah," and like like all this like weird shit. And then like this one guy is like going off about her, and then he's like, "I don't even remember what she said," and I'm like,
yeah, exactly. They just hate because that's what they were told to do.
yeah.
So it's like they're just following the narrative. I mentioned that too. It's like, and I think that was one of the big things that like shocked her was these were people that she met every day. Like she gave, you know, she would bring donuts to work. She tells these stories live, so it's nothing that no one hasn't heard. And you know, after she was let go, to see some of the people from Lucasfilm, just say these horrible lies about it. She's like, I had dinner with these people. You know what I mean? She's like, I
Yeah.
sat with these people, you know, and we were all cool and chill and everything was fine. And now it's like,
It's
we're like, this is what they
unbelievable.
do, Gina.
Well, we're gonna make fun of a couple of these people. Well, mainly one, because
Oh, I got a good one too. We can make fun of them.
all right, yeah, you pull up whatever because I just want to make fun of some of these people's fashion choices because what in the hell is Pedro Pascal wearing for the freaking Mandalorian season 3
He's pretty special.
red
He's pretty
carpet?
special.
I mean, this dude looks like a fucking dork. Like I've never seen anyone look more like a dork than this guy right here. Oh, like, look at those pants. The yellow on yellow. I mean, this is just funny. Like, who is dressing you? Fuck. Those glasses. I mean, the entire ensemble is just so freaking funny.
Yeah, that's right. That's a Carlton Banks. The glasses and everything.
The glasses and everything.
No belt either. Like
No
that's a
belt.
beltless pants.
Yeah. No belts. I mean, look at these bell bottoms. The shoes. Like, I mean, the whole freaking ensemble, man. I'm like, what is going on with you? And then there's this dress, which is like, what the fuck are you wearing?
A bag?
God damn, lady. Like, who's dressing
What's
these
wrong with her
people?
foot?
She's like, she got it turned around.
Oh
God.
Welcome
But Katie
to
Sackhoff
today's
looks
fashion.
great though. Katie looked great. Where's her picture? Because I was like, ooh, that dress is bad. And he looks great.
How do you say his name? I keep getting it wrong. Isn't that Juan Carlo?
I don't
Juan
know.
Carlito? Is that how you say his name? Sorry, everyone. I messed up his name. Juan Carlo. Yeah, that's how you say his name.
I thought
Juan Carlo.
Yes, isn't it Juan Carlo? I don't know. Maybe it's not.
I think it's pronounced that way. I could. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Whatever.
Is it Giancarlo? Because it's not. It can't be Giancarlo.
It might be. He was the coolest dude, man. At those cons, he would like bring like ribs and stuff for everyone to have. He'd walk around and serve people. He was like cool, like everyone.
This dude's a badass.
He wanted the workers to kind of chill, and like he brought them gifts and everything. He was like top tier. Giancarlo, that's how you say it. Okay,
Giancarlo. Okay, there we go.
But yeah, he just like he was awesome. The shows that he wore backstage, he just brought gifts for people and just like bags and stuff. He's like, I got something for you. I got something for you. I got something for you.
Look at this chick's arms.
So cool.
Wow.
Going for it.
What's going on with your guns compared to her?
Yeah, we're not. That's why I wear a long sleeve.
Like, damn. Wow. Wait, that is a girl, right? I think.
I'll let you make that incorrect assumption so you can get canceled.
Oh God.
Yeah, what's her name? It's
I forget what her. I don't know who she is.
It's right. Isn't it above her?
Oh yeah.
Or was she just there for the red carpet?
Wait, she's definitely not.
Yeah, no, that's not it.
No, I don't know who this person is. Wow. So, okay, there's Katie. She looks great. This dress is banging. I was like, ooh. At least Katie looks good. She looks good. I don't know who this person is either, but she looks good. These girls, they know how to dress. This is fine.
There you go. We found who's playing Abby.
Oh no!
Your chat is MVP. It's so funny.
Oh my God! I guess we did find who's playing Abby. Oh my God!
I gotta go to the gym after this interview.
What did you have? Because
all right, so forgive me for what I'm about to show you, but it must be done. It must be done. All right, this is this is Lee, everyone. I want to introduce you to Lee. I just literally said, bro, is this you? Lee has a YouTube channel. Can't get anybody to watch. This is him doing an Ant-Man review. Lee.
Okay.
Lee decided to attack Gina for sharing my book out. These people hate that we create stuff and we're stepping into their space. They hate it. They freaking hate it. So she attacked Gina. She was like, bro, first of all, she called Gina bro. Bro really fumbled that Disney bag. Went from Star Wars to promoting work for a guy's comic that has crap art. You'd see a low budget webtoon site. So I quote tweeted him like, hey man, is this you? That's all I said. You know, he attacked me, came after. This is just one of many, but I just thought this was a funny one. He then decides to, write a whole article about, yeah, sorry, I think I might delete the tweet. I want to own up how stupid I was, and I probably shouldn't have done that. And yeah, I'm just a waste of space. I hope your career does go off. Just don't mind me. So now he's playing victim.
What the fuck? Yeah,
because I called him out. Now, scrolling down a little bit, here he is here. He goes, why, yes, man, it's me. I'm fat and I look autistic, but I'm trying to work on myself. I'm like, buddy, you attacked us. She was just sharing my book and you decided to be funny. They think that you're going to win some points with your woke crowd, and attack just like a bunch of other people. And you got called out on it. Now you're just like, okay, I'm fat and autistic. I'm sorry. It's like, maybe be a better person. All right. Maybe be better. All right. Instead of acting like that. Yeah, you literally did the playbook of what they want you to do. You see Gina Carano. Oh, we don't like her. She's transphobic. She's this, she's whatever. So let's attack her. You literally did the playbook and you didn't think you were going to get called out. You thought you were going to get cool points. You got called out. Now you feel ashamed and now you're making fun of yourself and playing a victim. It's terrible, man. Listen, Eric July, of all people, his haters are vast.
They're crazy. Yeah.
As soon as I launched, and he did almost 4 million on his first campaign. God bless him. That's freaking amazing. My campaign is at 45K. It's nothing to, I'm beyond blessed at that. These same people have shifted over and they are like doing everything in their power. Like they're literally they have messaged people that have left their DMs open who are like, oh, I plan on picking up the book, saying, hey, don't pick up the book. This guy is like, he's supporting Nazi race. Like I got stuff like, and one person said that I was making January 6th merchandise.
Now I was going to ask you about that.
Now I want to sell a kid's book.
I was going to ask you about that. What was up with the whole January 6th merch? I missed it. Was that another one of these shirts that
I don't know.
It's no longer available? Because I never freaking saw Drunk 3PO January 6th merch, and I would have bought one. I think I would have probably bought one. I mean, I'm one of the only people that's bought Chrissy Mayer's rootin' for Putin shirt. Yeah. So I think, I would have bought one if you had something like that, and you didn't. But people want to say that it was
a limited time run. I saw it limited time.
Only on January 6th.
They might be thinking it's like this hat, like the "Don't Tread on Me" flag that says "Welcome to Rebellion."
Yeah, but that thing almost looked like, and it was funny to me too, because when you brought that hat out, that thing looks more like a Cobra Kai hat. I was like, is he selling like Cobra Kai merch?
It's an American flag, actually. This was a flag that America used.
Oh.
And it's the "Don't Tread on Me" flag. It's called the Gadsden flag. And so they took it and put "Welcome to the Rebellion" on it, and we put it on a hat and on a shirt. So it's sold like gangbusters at 9 Line. So it was like,
that's amazing.
It means like, don't let the government control you.
Yeah.
We are the government for the people, by the people. It's like we should control the government. So it
sounds like I need to get that hat.
I'm telling you. It's at 9 Line Apparel. You can go find it. It's there.
I'll have to go get one. Guy from Beckton, thanks for the 10 for the Blue Ball Fellowship. Yay. Thank you so much. And also I just refreshed your campaign and it went up again. So yay.
Oh, thank you guys, man. That means a lot.
We're at
that's unbelievable. Look at that.
Now.
Holy crap.
So yay, everybody.
You guys are gonna you guys are gonna love it. I can't wait. If Jane Theory's still in the chat, I would ask her, tell everyone what you thought of it. So
tell us, Jane,
if she's still here. You know how she's probably on Fortnite right now.
Oh yeah, probably. Nebraska, because thank you for the $5. Proof you can do diversity correctly. Kathy Rigby played Peter Pan on Broadway for 30 plus years. Wow, I didn't even know that. Curtis D of Montana, thank you for your membership member. Hello, Nina, Jane, and Anna. Jay, can we please get Rose Tico, please? I'm living proof of the kindness of both of you. You both helped save my life. Aw, thank you, Curtis. Yeah,
Curtis has had a year, man. He's
Mhm.
had a year with his own operation and then his wife's. Like he's had a year. He's gonna be one heck of a story to interview when he gets it all straightened up.
Yep.
You
Wait,
know,
yeah, he's gonna. I
like they
mean,
almost died. You know, like it's
yeah.
just crazy.
Your story is crazy, Curtis.
Yeah, it is.
One day you're gonna like either write a book about it or you're gonna come on this show. We're gonna talk about it.
It's gonna
But
be. I know. I'm just
you
saying.
had a crazy recovery, man.
Thanks for all the love in the chat too, man. I see it. I see it all. Thank you.
And then thank you, Russell Hall, for the $2. Those aren't even pants; they're bell bottoms. I know. They're coming back. Like the bell bottoms is coming back. And that dork freaking what's his name again? Pedro Pascal is making them come back. Before movie sucked. Thank you for the $10. I like your name. Why is Pedro Pascal dressed as the rich, bully in a ski movie?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Why is he dressed that way?
I don't know. It's like I think that a lot of these people, Jay, don't have friends. I think a lot of them don't have friends to tell them, like, hey, you know what? Like that ensemble is not working out for you. Like you really need to rethink that.
When you get to that point, that's the problem though. I think did you see like Sam Smith had like this blow up outfit?
Yes. That guy's
just walking around
now.
like he's walking around like one of those balloon animals, you know, like it's casual. All right, I'll stand here and take a picture. You know, you just want to go up there and just pop it, that thing and see what he does.
100.
I just think they get to this point in their life where they're like, hey guys, how does this look? And they have surrounded themselves with yeah, it's good, man. That looks awesome, man.
Mm-hmm. You're killing it. You're killing it, Pedro. You're killing it. Look at that. The bell bottom's so working for you.
Only you can pull that
off. Only you. 200 Watt Studios, thank you for the 2. Please forget he was in Do the Right Thing, 1989. People forget he was in Do the Right Thing, 1989. Who
was in Do the Right Thing in 1989?
Oh, Juan Carlo?
Oh, was he?
I don't know.
I did forget that. He also was in Breaking
Giancarlo, was it?
He was in Breaking Bad.
Yes, he was. I knew him from Breaking Bad because he was crazy in that, and I loved him.
Yeah, he was awesome.
I loved him in that. Patrick T for $1.99. Thank you. Inflatable outfits are
inflatable outfits are easy to identify.
Easy to identify. This is true. And Russell Hall, thank you for the 2. I've never seen a festive man dressed so terribly. God,
he's festive, all right.
Have you seen his new show?
The Last of Us?
Last of Us. No. I only watched the first episode.
I have been like focusing on like this book and stuff like that. It's like I haven't watched television and it's just I have been doing this thing every Thursday now. I see like the new release movie because I'm usually at Universal Studios for park hopping and they have a theater there. My buddy works there. So I get like the employee discount to go at the Thursday. So I'm like, this works perfectly. So it's like, that's why if you watch my channel and you see those Thursday reviews there, because I do it right when I leave the theater. I just set the camera up and record. Those are my buddies like saying, come watch the movie. I still have to pay a little bit, but it's like the workers price. It's like half off. But so I think I'm seeing Creed 3 tomorrow.
Okay. Did you go and see Ant-Man?
Yeah.
What'd you think of Ant-Man?
So I gave it a 3. It was terrible. I loved the first. I'm one of the few people that actually liked the first and second Ant-Man because
I love the first one.
So I just kind of like great. I know the character and it's like I thought they just kind of played it perfectly. It was more of a low budget Marvel film, but this one I was just like, God, it's just terrible. It's like I just can't believe it. Everything was like the jokes were not good. The writing was bad. His daughter is like an SJW weirdo. You know, she gets arrested for protesting against homeless people. She yells at her dad the entire film. She magically creates suits and creates a way to talk in the quantum realm. Nobody explains that. She's just that good. While Scott's like, I saved the universe. They're like, yeah, Dad. So what, Dad? It's
my
like
God.
you would be freaking dead right now. Yeah, no, I don't think so, Dad.
Oh my God.
It was awful.
Real quick, let me get this. Project Egg Roll, thank you for the $10.
You gotta do it like this. Egg roll!
Well, thank you for that. Loving the show, Nina. Glad to be a member. Got a dip, but here's to Jay reaching 50K and then 100K to infinity and beyond.
Yeah,
Yay.
thank you, brother.
Thank you so much. And I will be checking out your channel as well now that I know about it. That's awesome. But yeah, okay. So you watched the movie and it sucked.
Honestly, I know like Marvel Phase 4 was god awful. We had She-Hulk, Thor Love and Thunder. To me, to this day, is the worst Marvel film I've ever seen in my life. I did not watch Eternals. I did not watch Chai-Chi or Shang-Chi, whatever his name is. And like, did not watch those, but Thor Love and Thunder, just like I puked. It was god awful. Like Doctor Strange.
Did you watch the other one? Doctor Strange.
I did. It should have been an American Chavez movie.
Oh my God.
My problem with Marvel right now is, other than the Spider-Man movie, which was kind of an anomaly, which I freaking loved beyond measure. I love that film.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're pulling the Rise of Skywalker technique, which is, in the Rise of Skywalker, they had to complete missions. And it didn't make any sense in the film because everything was just convenient. So they had to find a dagger in the Rise of Skywalker to find the map. So magically they go to the place where the dagger is and they just tripped on the ground. Oh, look, we found the dagger that's been sitting here for 30 years. Then they go to the Death Star and they had to line up the dagger with the Death Star, who magically landed in the perfect spot for the dagger to line up, right? So then after they did all that, Rey goes to Octu where Luke is, and magically the map is in the TIE fighter she was flying. So it's like nothing. There's no stakes. Nothing happens. It's all a fluff. They just trip over everything, and everything magically happens. In all these Marvel films now, it's exactly what's going on. There is no death. There is no. It just Ant-Man was filled with that stuff. It's like, how are you going to protect your daughter? Oh, I magically made a suit, so now I'm a mini Ant-Man. How are we going to fight him? Oh, look, these ants have been in the quantum realm for 1,000 years, like developing, and now they're super smart and they can beat Kang. It's like, well, how are we going to do this? Oh, look, I figured it out magically. It's a constant thing like that. Thor Love and Thunder was filled with that stuff. And it's like, there's no problem solving. There's no stakes. There's no nothing. It's just literally them walking around and everything magically happening it just happens. It's all good.
And there's no stakes anymore. And this whole like multiverse saga now is like literally kind of showing that there is no stakes. I mean, Loki kind of destroyed all of what Marvel was supposed to be about anyway. Like I feel like the whole Kang's fucking will thing is kind of dumb. Like I don't know. I don't like that premise of like everything we watch was basically like bullshit because there's no free will because
terrible.
It was Kang's
so it's
will.
Like everything that we love didn't even matter.
Yeah, like that. Like I remember when I watched that episode of Loki where they're using like the fucking stones as like book weight or whatever, like, and they're like all in their drawers and whatever, and like the time, whatever the time fuckery's office, I forget whatever that they're called, but it just like it cheapened all of the stuff that like I watched, and I was like, this is not doing justice to your previous phases. Like you're just basically you're doing exactly what you said, Jay. You're doing the exact same thing as Star Wars by basically telling the past to fuck off so that you can pave the way towards this future. But the future that you're envisioning is something nobody wants, like this weird socialism fucking future that apparently Ant-Man is talking about as well. So, and this is so funny to me because this article dropped and it says Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania writer surprised by terrible reviews. I was in a low spot and really sad about it. And well, first of all, I laughed at this because I thought this was a funny title. But when I read this article, he goes on to say basically like, yeah, it sucked, but you know what? I'm just gonna keep going. And I'm like, really? Like, you learn nothing from this? So like this is what he says. To be honest, those reviews took me by surprise. Loveness recently told the Daily Beast about the extreme critical bashing of Quantumania faced. I was in a pretty low spot. Those were not good reviews. And I was like, what the? Yeah, because your movie sucked, dude. Your movie sucked. I'm really proud of what I wrote for Jonathan Majors and Michelle Pfeiffer, scientist Jane Pym. Loveness added, I thought that was good stuff, you know? And so I was just despondent and I was really sad about it. Okay. He got better in spirits after he decided to attend the public screening of Quantumania after the negative reviews came out. The screenwriter listened as audience members laughed at many of the jokes he added to the script.
I know he's lying. I know that's not real. I'm sorry. My theater, opening night, had some people in it.
Mm-hmm.
Silence, man. And I always say that in, like, even if it's movies that people don't like, I'm like, well, my theater laughed at this part, and my theater, I always say that in my reviews.
You do. I've heard
it
you
was
say that.
silent, man. And I'm just like, where did he go to watch this? Because listen,
was it full? Was your theater full?
I'd say it's about 80%.
Okay, so that's
it was pretty. It was opening night. Listen, it did well for opening night, but it just dropped 70% when it was done. Like one of the jokes that just didn't land was this jelly blob went to Scott Ant-Man and was like, "How many holes do you have?" And he's like, 7. And he goes, "I don't have any holes." And he like kind of rubs his face, and you're just like, "What?" And then like this other guy goes, "Yeah, I think he does have 7." Of course, they're talking about the pee-pee and the butthole. You know, he's counting holes on like nose and mouth and ear, and it's like that. It just wasn't funny. You know, it's like
they wrote that into the movie.
Yeah, and then the worst part was MODOK, which is a pretty funny looking character. There's a giant head in the Marvel comics, but he is an assassin in the comic. He does show up many times. He's an assassin. They tried to make him the comic relief in the film. That didn't fall well. Scott, his whole job in the film was to kill Ant-Man's daughter, and Ant-Man's daughter has no training, no nothing. She's able to grow and be giant and beat up MODOK, and MODOK's laying there like, "Please don't leave me here to die. Tell me what must I do to change my life." She literally looks at him and says, "Here, I don't know what to tell you to do to change your life. Just don't be a dick." And he's like, "Okay, I'll do that." That's the that's the dialogue. I'm dead serious. And this guy's like, "I'm sad that nobody liked the dialogue." Like, well, who writes this?
Oh my god.
The reason why, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, because I did have some Ant-Man comics, and I do remember the reason why Ant-Man shrinks. That's this whole thing, is that he shrinks small. He's like small like an ant, and he can control ants and stuff. That's his thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing this in the movies that I hate. They make him giant.
Yeah.
Right. So he should be Giant Man. And what I remember from the comics, and I probably should do research, so correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. The reason why he can't stay giant because it will kill him. So that's why he has to stay small. Like that's how his superpower works. Stay small, and then he's really strong and all that stuff. But in all these movies now, they're making him Giant Man, and that's how he wins. He just makes himself giant, and it's like that's such a lazy right for Ant-Man, because the whole story with Ant-Man is how does he figure out how to beat this when he's
tiny,
the size of when he's the size of an ant. So when the big fight comes, he just like hits a button and he's just really big and he just pounds everything like King Kong. And that's how he wins. And his daughter did the same thing. She's like, "Oh, I'll just make myself big and beat everybody up." It's like that is the laziest writing for Ant-Man ever. The whole reason there's Ant-Man is he gets small and he figures out exactly how to win the day without getting stepped on like a bug, and that's the cool thing about it. So
that's why it was cool even in like Civil War, like when they first introduced the big Ant-Man situation, was like but in Civil War, like the cooler part of him was when he was small and he went into Iron Man's suit and he started taking everything apart. Like that was his whole like schlick. And it's just like, oh, now he's just giant Ant-Man.
That's what I'm saying. Like they did that in Civil War. They made him big and he fought, and then in Endgame he got big and he fought. And you're like, I get it. Like I could see him. The thing is, I could see him doing that one time and almost killing him to where he can't do it again.
Yeah, I can see that too.
So it's like I got to do this just one time, and then it's like, but you'll die if you do it. Like that is a stake. But him just being able to do it casually and then shrinking down. And so when he did it in this movie and he shrunk down to normal size again, he's like, oh, every time I do that, I just get really hungry. It's like, no, it should kill you. Like, that's why you don't do it. Because if you can do it all the time, then you could solve all these problems by just being Giant Man.
Yeah, why don't you why if all it makes you do is be hungry, why not just be Giant Man all the time? What the hell's the point of being Ant-Man? Like that's so stupid.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
It's very, and the guy is wondering why nobody likes it. So
this guy keeps going on. I'm like, god damn, no reviews are wrong. I'm right. MODOK is great. He said of watching the film at opening weekend, I'm pretty happy with it overall, and I think I learned how to take a punch this week. And now that I learned that it's not too bad, I can just get on with making things. Oh my god. Yeah, just to keep doing the same thing. You know what that is? It's called, that's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different fucking result. Okay?
You're 100% correct. That movie had the biggest drop in Marvel movie history, or the second biggest drop. It was like 70% drop. That's something where you don't go, oh, I'm happy with it overall. No, you're about to lose money on this film or just barely break even. You're not happy about that. You don't spend $300 million to break even.
Yeah.
You spend that much to make what James Cameron did with Avatar, $2 billion.
Well, you want to know why he's like got no skills? Because he was a writer on Jimmy Kimmel Live before he jumped to Adult Swim's Rick and Morty. And then that was pretty much it. And the fourth season of that acid episode, like that's his wheelhouse. And now he's working for Marvel. This is insane. They're just giving like just anybody like, oh, here you can have the keys to the kingdom.
I think they do that because they don't have any money. They're hiring writers.
Oh damn, that's a good point.
I think they're hiring writers that they can get on the cheap, and they're like hoping that if they slap a Marvel name or Star Wars name on it, people will go. And some people will go opening day, but you need good movies so people would return watch and watch it again and tell people about it, that it's good. Go watch it. Please go see this film. It's good. Go watch it. Go see this film. Go see this film. And that's movie magic right there. Mm-hmm. That's movie magic. It's like, because it'd be like me and you having a conversation like, man, did you see Ant-Man, Nina? Nah, I see it. Oh, you have got to see it, Nina. You got to take your people. You trust me, you're gonna love the ending, blah blah blah. And then it's like, okay, then maybe I'll go see it.
That's the kind of conversation we started to have about Spider-Man. The one you and I both were like, that's the blip in this scenario. Yeah. It's kind of like the same thing I'm hearing now about Picard season 3. Mind you, I have my own I have a block in my brain because I can't
see any of it. Star Trek.
But I know, but I'm saying just in general, generally speaking, I have this block in my brain because I can't, I'm having a difficult time separating art from artist. And a lot of those people really hate me. It. So I kind of I'm just having that difficulty for myself. But everyone I know, including Yellow Flash, Anna, Neurotic Gary, everyone's saying Picard season 3 is amazing and that I should watch it. And a part of me does want to go back and watch it because I trust those people and because I love Star Trek and I want to see something that's better. But at the same time, I'm kind of I don't know if I'm ready to forgive. I don't know if I'm ready to forgive yet. So I'm just kind of okay.
Maybe Lulu in the chat says I saw Maverick 5 times in theaters. Yeah, exactly.
Ooh. Wow.
I saw it 3 times.
I still haven't seen
So
it.
yeah, you're right. That's just the return viewers, the
By the
being
way,
excited.
this dude is gonna be writing for Avengers Kang Dynasty.
I know.
So he's
That ought to tell you something. Well, Marvel lost like
he ain't done yet.
They lost like the directors, they lost some of the story writers, they lost a lot of stuff after phase 1. You know, Favreau went to Star Wars. You know, he's the one who started the whole thing with Iron Man. And
yeah. Well, they also just recently lost something else, Drunk, that I wanted to talk to you about, because this was also in the news. But we're going to talk about this right after I get some of these super chats.
Yeah.
This one right here. Disney's Florida dreams succumb to its democracy problem. This article writes about.
I'm right in the middle of all that.
Yeah, so I want to
right in the middle of all that.
I want to get your take on this,
Sure.
but let's do that right after I get a couple of these super chats here. Thank you, 200 Watt Studios for $5. 3 hours till Anna's bacon friend is in a new episode of Picard. Oh, okay. That's great. Bradley Burnett for $10. Thank you. You're both on point with a lack of true writing and plot for these movies and shows. I'd like to think it's laziness, but I really don't think any of these writers understand storytelling anymore.
Could be right.
I mean, this
if
is
they
why,
just wrote comedy jokes, what are they doing writing a blockbuster movie?
Right.
You know, I agree.
This is why a lot of the Gary says hashtag trade school when it comes to these people. It's like I don't know if they've even gone to writing school. I don't know if they've done anything with their lives to qualify for this kind of thing. Patrick C, thank you for the $4.99. The sad part is Marvel already has all the storylines archived. What goofball wouldn't want to see a source material if not just for curiosity? I think that DC falls into this plight as well. I mean, recently I've been watching what's it called? Justice League Unlimited, the animated series, and it's so fucking good. And I'm like, man, they have these storylines and they're doing what with it? Like nothing. Like this is so it's all of it garbage, and they have so many good storylines.
We say the same thing with Star Wars. You just go into any bookstore and go to the Star Wars section. There's like fantastic books. Your script is written. Just pick it up. Here, make this movie. Billions of dollars. They're sitting on a golden goose that they're kicking across the street.
Well, you know what happened to the golden goose?
Yeah.
They killed it. Yeah. 200 Watt Studios for $5. Thank you. Says all the writer had to do was wiki Ant-Man.
Yes.
Yes, being giant would deteriorate him. Risky.
Yeah. Okay, so I was right. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I think.
They don't even use wiki anymore. That's fucked up. Grim Palchikin, thank you so much for the $9.99. Says screenwriter, it's the children who are wrong. Yeah. I love that episode. Bradley Burnett for $10. Thank you so much. And Bradley also gifted 5 memberships to the chat. So thank you so very much for all the support, man. You are so amazing. It says, I saw Ant-Man Volume Mania at a manatee? What? Matinee.
Yeah.
I can read.
Mania at a matinee. Yeah. 6 other people in the theater. The girl near me was laughing at jokes. Why? I didn't laugh once. I posted a review and called it utterly forgettable. Yeah. All right. So the girls thought it was funny.
Was the girl like 15?
I mean, some people might like the whole humor. Maybe that's it. Question for Marvel. You got 2 Avenger movies planned. Who are the Avengers? Seriously. Can anyone name those? I'm sorry. I'm like reading your super chat.
No, let's go ahead.
Name who's on the team now. They're all gone. Yeah. It's Sam, the new Captain America.
Which apparently they're already talking about Cap and Iron Man returning.
And see that as a Marvel person, I totally liked the multiverse because that was a way that they could create stories in different universes with characters that might have been killed in the Earth that, you know, the Earth. And so like that's kind of a cool way they do it, but I'm like the MCU is doing it in a way where they can bring back people if they're like, we need to get these people back because we're not making any money.
We need money. Yeah, that's right. It's funny because like I like it because of that too, Drunk, because Nina Infinity, like the name is in the idea of quantum theory. I'm a big fan of that kind of like multi-world kind of thing. And for me, I was excited about the multiverse of Marvel, and then all of a sudden I'm like, man, this was more like the Pandora's box that should have never been opened, because now it's all fucking trash because they don't know what they're doing. And that sucks. Thank you so much for that, Bradley. Thank you for all the support. Now, before we get into the Florida stuff, one more time, I want to bring up Jay's amazing book.
Oh, thank you.
The Achromatic Chronicles,
Yeah,
Blue Edition. Please,
I can't
Jay,
believe we hit
tell
45.
people.
Yeah, I can't believe we hit 45K. It would be in only the first 7 days. We have 20 days left. And are you able to play the video?
I can play
with
it
the sound.
Yeah, let's play it.
Achromatic Chronicles Blue is a graphic novel with over 200 pages that is suitable for all ages. Discover how John develops a unique friendship that is wrapped in mystery, and in this friendship takes him on an adventure where he discovers purpose and value in his world. Thank you so much for checking out this campaign, but get it quick because we're only selling this for a limited time.
Aww.
Thank you. I can't. It's crazy because I don't want to give away too much of the story. I want people to be surprised when they see it. But yeah, it took about 3 years to finally get this done. People were always saying, you talk a lot about what's going on, Jay. Why don't you do something about it? Well, I am.
There you go.
We're putting a story together, man, a collection of stories that young people would enjoy because it's about adventure. It's about finding their purpose. It's about finding their value. It doesn't have all that garbage that we see that's being pumped into our kids right now. And not only could you own this and have a great story in your hand, we're trying to get them to young people as far as I can, get them so they can also have it in their hand as well and enjoy a good story that might show them that they can have value in this world without having to be, the superstar at everything.
Aww.
So that's what's going on. So I hope you pick it up. We're only going to do this for a little while longer. And I am blown away by all the support. I love seeing the blue balls in the chat. I love it.
The blue balls are amazing.
I love it. I love it. So Drunk 3PO, will you drop the link in the chat?
I will drop it right now. I will do that right now.
Nina's
and it's also the pinned comment and also in the description, but here it is right now. Back the book.
I appreciate it. I also want to thank Nina for allowing me to do this on her platform. I really appreciate it.
Dude. Of course. I mean, you can come back anytime, Jay. And this is really cool. And guys, if you don't need a book, you can donate. You can donate as well. So make sure you can donate to charity. This is a really cool tier.
Yeah. We're going to vlog it too, so you can see, and like where some of it's going to go. And I think we might even take some overseas because I was just in Mexico not too long ago, and
it's one of the reasons I love you, dude. It's one of the reasons I love you,
like
because you do that. Did you finish it?
We got the funding done. We just got enough money we're building a special needs home in Mexico in Ensenada, and that will help get some of these children off the street, and they will probably help teach them a trade, something that they can do to be a productive member of society with
which is something
with the difficulties that
need.
With the difficulties that they're dealing with. Some of the kids are very smart. They can't walk, they're paralyzed, or they have some other form of disability that they're going to overcome. And oh yeah, look at that. It was so bright. Look at my eyes. I'm like, all squinty. Yeah. That's why they have the you could see the home behind them. So yeah, those are my glasses. He took them. So those young men were street kids just begging on the street, and I get a little choked up, but like due to like some amazing people that decided that they wanted to get them off the street and give them an education so that they, when they grow up, that they can go out and be a productive member of society. So, and yeah, it's really exciting. So I got an email from this organization and they brought me out there to see it firsthand. And I was like, yeah, man, we're going to be a part of this and help as much as we can. And a lot of the super chats and stuff that I get on my channel, everybody knows, like we donate a lot of money to stuff like this. A few years ago, we built an orphanage in El Salvador. So, and that was finished, and we vlogged the whole thing. Like, I'm always there with the camera. I just put up a video a couple days ago on the Jaywalking the Planet channel. And that's where we just put all that stuff over there where you could see the home and it being worked on. It's pretty awesome. So
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
it's incredible. And like I live in Mexico, so this cause has it's very near and dear to me. So I'm really happy that you're doing this. And believe it or not, Jay gets a lot of hate for helping people in Mexico because people always like, oh, why don't you do that here or whatever. But you know what? Sometimes people need like extra love other places that are not well off, and I'm glad that people like Jay are out there doing things because the kids here really need the help. So
well, here's the cool thing. So about helping people in America, if you go to Nine Line Apparel and buy something like gear, a lot of that money goes to help the veterans in America. Ooh. And you guys know that too, because I vlogged that. Some of the homes, like Nine Line builds transitional homes for veterans that just need a little help getting back on their feet, whether it's counseling, maybe they just had bad luck when they came back from wherever they were doing. And so they let the veterans stay there. They get all the help they need to transition back into society to be productive, And every time you buy a shirt from Nine Line, whether it's mine or someone else's, a percentage of that money goes to help veterans. So that's why I chose that group to have my merch, because I was like, that's what we do. We can all help each other.
The quality of their clothes is really good too. Like I know side note, but they have really good quality, because like there's other t-shirt sites that I don't quite like their quality as much as Nine Line. Nine Line's like really soft, and they have really good. It's really good stuff.
That's why they're a little more expensive than others, but the shirt lasts a while. Timmy said some dude threatened to beat Jay up. Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Wait, what? Tell me about this story.
Some guy went on his YouTube channel and he was like trashing one of my videos, and he was just like, if I see you, Jay, I'm gonna kick your butt. I'm like, I can't wait to beat you up. Like, I hope, and I also thought it was the funniest thing because he sounds so slow.
Wait, is it the guy that's like really close to the camera?
He's a black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him.
Okay, yeah, he's mental illness.
Yeah, yeah. He was just like, I'm gonna come beat you up, Jay. I'm gonna come beat you up. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's talked about me before too. I'm like,
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that
guy. I'm like, I wouldn't take anything he has to say seriously personally, but yeah. Patrick T. Jack Show is tomorrow. It's usually Thursdays, and it usually happens on either Anna, Cecil, John Malin's, or Kelsey Shannon's channel, Comics Kelsey. But I think tomorrow is probably, wait, who was it last week? Cecil? So
yeah, because I was on it. It was on Cecil's channel.
Okay, so then it's Kelsey's, and if Kelsey doesn't show up, then it's Anna. Or no, wait, John Malin, because it's Jack. Bradley Burnett, thank you for the $5. Says, anytime I see the people I follow on YouTube create something, I try to support. Just bought the buy one, give one.
Oh,
what a great idea. Yay. Thank you so much, Bradley. That is wonderful. And I try to do the same thing. Like, we got to support each other. That's the whole point. So that's the whole point of this little community we've built over here. Well, fellowship, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's talk about
I keep saying community, and people are like, no, Jay, it's the fellowship. And I'm like, all right, the fellowship. And they're like, yeah, but I love this community. I'm like, well, you make your mind up, man. It's like, it's basically the people in the chat. They're the freaking MVPs. They always will be. You guys are smarter than all of us, because when we're always like wait, what movie was that? The chat's like, it's this movie, you idiot. So it's like, I love them. I freaking love it. And your chat's been on freaking fire, man. I love it.
Thank you. My chat is pretty amazing. And 2-to-1 Studios, Bacon Friend is Gates McFadden and Bacon Strip. That's right. How could I forget? How can I forget? Oh my God. You guys are so funny. Poor Anna. Okay. Here's the article again. I'm just going to bring it up. In the end, Disney's Florida dreams succumb to its democracy problem. This guy right here is talking about the bill that Ron DeSantis signed that takes away, strips Disney of its highly unusual control over the special entity, the Reedy Creek.
All right, so I can save you all the reading.
Please, yes, please
so
tell us what this is about.
All right, so years ago when Central Florida was nothing but a swamp, Disney came and they were like, hey, we want to buy up all this land and we want to build this, and it's going to bring a lot of people to the state, and we need to get past a lot of the code so we can hurry up and get this done and not wait on the state because we're in the middle of nowhere. At the time, the state they granted them a special district, and it's not like this in anywhere else in America. And at the time, it was a good deal. So basically, this one section that they own, it's about the size of Manhattan, maybe a little bit bigger. They were their own country, literally, like they were their own government. So they were able to pick a board. They were able to, but they had to have like fire department, police department, all this stuff. They had to do they had to do certain things. They had to help build like low-income housing and stuff like that. They did all that stuff, and it was fine. It was running without a problem. And basically, they got away with not paying a ton of taxes. And the give back was a lot of money came into the state of Florida, and they hired a lot of people. So it was a really good, hey, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, and just stay out of politics and just do your thing. Well, Florida passed the they call it the Don't Say Gay bill, which is the Florida Educational Parent, basically saying don't teach kids. And I wish it went to 6th grade, but it doesn't. All the way up to 3rd grade, don't teach kids anything about sex. That goes for hetero, homosexual, whatever
any type
it is.
Of sex, yeah.
Yeah, none. And I agree. And I'm like, that should be up to 6th grade, but they made it to 3rd grade. So it's like no books about it, no this. And I'm like,
I agree. It should have been up to 6. I mean, like what? So grade 4 is a go? Like that's
the sad
fucked
thing
up.
is exactly. We shouldn't even have to have passed a bill like this. It should be common knowledge
I know
that you don't go to a 2nd graders class and show them pornography or talk about, yeah, I'm gay. You want to know how we do it in the bedroom?
No,
and
my
all
God.
this came about. But it's sad that this is what happened. A lot of this came about because there was a math teacher that was in elementary school, and he's gay. It's fine. Marry, love who you want. You know, this isn't an attack on anybody. Had a giant picture of him and his husband, and they were kissing on the wall. All right. And I'm like, you did that on purpose, you know? Like none of the teachers that I knew, even myself, like some of them had little pictures of their family, like on their desk.
Like on the desk.
No one had like a poster, right?
No.
And this is from what I'm reading. So I'm reading this article because I'm like, this was like a few years ago. So kids would come in and laugh, and he'd be like, "Oh, well, let me explain to you what it is." And this is in elementary school. So then they got back to some of the parents, and the parents are like, "Hey, you teach math, buddy. Like, don't be teaching my kids like what you do with your stop." So he got laid off, I think, without pay or something like that. I don't know if he got his job back. I couldn't find anything, but it got to the point where they're like, we got to pass a law where these people don't talk to our kids about sex. And it's like, how can you? And so, of course, this group of people came out and were like, oh, it's a don't say gay. And it's like, no, you idiot, it's don't talk about sex. But of course, the media pulls it. This happens, this and that, and all this. And now it became this whole thing that they hate gay people. So Bob Chapek decided to get involved and push back against the Florida governor. And the governor's like, you you try to do something?
That
Like,
was the famous like hostage video, right? When he's like, you know,
yeah.
we love our
Well, no, but Bob
LGBTQ.
called the governor and he's like, we're gonna, you know, he was threatening to like move jobs and all this
That's
stuff. And
right.
he was threatening the governor. And the governor's like, you joking, right? Like, you joking with me, Disney? Like, you joke? Okay, all right. You want to play? Let's play. The next day, Ron DeSantis gets on TV. He's like, you know, Disney's had special privilege in their own government. They don't pay taxes for like a long time. I think we should change that. It's not fair to Universal or SeaWorld or Busch Gardens. They got to play, you know? And so Disney was like, hey,
we'll play nice.
yeah. And then they came out and said, he's not going to really do anything.
They didn't think he would.
3 days later, the bill was in motion. And everybody was for it, even people that live in the town. They're like, and so then the media comes out again. They're like, oh, this is bad for Florida. They're going to have to pay the taxes and pay the bill. While all of us living here are like, no, we won't. We know how this works. Basically, they're going to have to pay their share. They're going to pay more money into the government, into the state of Florida.
Disney
where we
is?
can do, yeah. So we're not paying any more. And they're actually, Disney's actually paying a lot more. And so we were all sitting there like, why is the media saying this stuff? They don't even live here. Like we all know what's coming. Basically, they just didn't have to pay taxes. That's like the short end of it. So then like a month in, the bill's signed and it's done. Now, here's the funny thing. The funny thing is that the Democrats of Florida that are still in office put a bill before DeSantis was the governor to do the same thing to Disney. But these same people that have, it's all public record. And DeSantis talks about it. He goes, hey, didn't you want this like a few years ago? I got it on my desk. And why are you voting against it all of a sudden? And they're like, oh, no.
Yeah, that's because we just don't like you, man. That's why. Yeah.
It's so freaking, it's Shakespeare, man. It's like political theater.
God.
It's so stupid. And so I think for me, I can only speak for myself, but I think that was the big oopsie that got Chapek fired. And now that he got fired and like they're saying all this bad stuff about him, but that is costing Disney more. That's going to cost Disney more money than people realize. And Chapek just let it happen because he wasn't a strong leader. He could have just been quiet about it. And listen, if you look at the donations, Disney gives the same amount of money to Democrats as to Republicans, as to Ron DeSantis, as to they just give the same money. So it's like, here's 100,000 to the DeSantis campaign. Here's 100,000 to the Democratic campaign. Here's like all the theme parks do it.
Yeah.
They all, because it's all like, they want to make sure the basis is covered. It's like,
yeah,
you get 100, you get 100. Now leave us alone.
Now,
so
with regards to Disney, because the other stuff has happened too in the last couple of weeks, and you go to the parks all the time. You're very involved in the Disney kind of like market and like what's going on with Disney. So I heard, first of all, that they laid off like 7,000 people. Is that true? Is that for the parks or is that the
7,000? Yeah, some of it's theme park, and the sad thing is that Disney has never restock their staff from the lockdowns,
the COVID loss. So they never rehired.
So so this is the crazy thing. When the lockdowns happened and everybody lost their job, a lot of them went on government assistance and made more money. So they didn't go back to work. They didn't go back.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Disney was like, they had to close early. They couldn't get their hotels open. They're still having a problem. Like actually right now, like if I wanted to work at Disney or Universal, they're like, please, we got a job for you. They're always hiring, especially like on the lower level, like the minimum wage. So yeah, it's like, it's just one of those things. But they're going to lay off even more workers, which is really going to mess up the parks. And for the first time in the history of the theme park wars, Universal, so they do a census every year of like people that visit, and Universal is like is literally like the size of the Magic Kingdom, right?
Wow.
And Disney has 4 theme parks, okay, so they have a lot of parks, Universal has 2, but they're not as big. For the first time in the history of theme parks, Universal had more visitors than Disney. And if that doesn't wake them up, because everyone said that's impossible. Their theme park is too small. Disney's too big. It will never happen. Now, I will say Magic Kingdom was still number 1, but right under it is Universal Studios, which everybody said that's impossible. They think the numbers were wrong. There's no way. And also, for the first time in its history, Universal's resorts were sold out completely for the entire month of Orlando, and Disney's wasn't, over the Halloween events. And I'm telling you, if that doesn't wake them up to do some changes, to change things around, when Universal opens their Epic Universe here in Orlando, that's going to be the 3rd theme park. It's going to be massive. It's going to have Super Nintendo World, biggest Super Nintendo. Yeah, the biggest one in the world will be here in Orlando with Donkey Kong Land and stuff that the other parks don't get. They're going to do this How You Train Your Dragon, classic monsters, stuff like that. And they're also actually doing something really cool. They're building hotels inside the park.
Oh, cool.
So you can sit in the park and watch it all at night, and it's all done. Yeah, they're gonna.
Are they making do you know if the Nintendo Land one, is it like the Japan one where like the Mario Kart's kind of like all virtual, or are they actually making like
that ride will
Kart
be
track?
Right, that ride will be the same like in Japan, but they're actually making a Donkey Kong roller coaster that's gonna mimic the game. So it looks really cool. Like you can see
because the ones that like he goes like in like the caves and stuff like that,
and the track disappears.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something that people haven't seen before.
Oh, I can't wait! I would want to go to that so bad.
It looks really cool.
Even though I'm not allowed in your country, but hopefully that'll change.
Oh, dude! If Disney doesn't wake up, like they are. And that's the only thing left that makes Disney money right now is the theme parks. So like when they did their quarter, like they called their whatever they call that, their
quarterly earnings call.
Yeah, the earnings call. It was like entertainment, 2 billion loss, streaming service, billion loss, theme parks. Oh, we did okay. We made about 100 million on the theme parks. Everything else lost.
Well, I know like not Chapek, Iger, like when he came back, one of his first things that he did was to price slash for the theme parks because they realized. Yeah. Was it $20? Is that it?
Wasn't much, yeah.
Oh my God. Because I remember when Chapek like kind of like raised it up like $100 or something. And it was pretty crazy because I used to go to Disneyland every year. Like every year I was like in California Disneyland. I've never actually been to Orlando Disney World. But I've been to Disneyland.
It's like 10 times bigger.
I know, but I've been to Disneyland like at least like I don't know, 7,
I've
8
never
times,
been to
maybe
Disneyland.
10 times.
I'd
That's
love to see
crazy,
it,
right? You live in like Orlando, the Disney parks. But after everything that happened, I was like, well, first of all, with Disney, like fuck Disney. Like if I'm going, I go to Florida, like I'm going to Universal, like instead of Disney.
Man, I've got family and friends at work.
I know. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm saying,
it's rough,
Disney's
man.
not really put enough of a fight though. Like because Orlando, like the Universal's actually making a lot of fun things, and Disneyland, or I mean Disney in general, they're not. And what you were saying earlier about how, like for example, they're not doing the new characters. Like you're not going to see the new Peter Pan or the new Ariel or whatever, right? And how long can you like keep that generation interested in the old IP if all you're ever doing is making them forget about the old IP by putting this new shit in their face? So it's like, I don't know.
You're absolutely correct. And the people that are making the decisions for the theme parks, that's their only bread and butter left, have to be the dumbest people I've ever seen. Like, let's take Galaxy's Edge. They don't play John Williams music. They limit the characters to only the sequel trilogy characters. Today, they broke it finally and put Mandalorian and Grogu in it for the first time when everyone's been screaming. Then they spend $500 million to build a Star Wars hotel that nobody can afford and nobody wants to go to. And now they had to fire the employee, or they cut the contracts of the employees was basically fired to the Star Cruiser Hotel, and they had to hire people for less money because they can't get anybody to go. And now they've canceled almost the whole month of July because they can't get anyone to book it. And that's like peak season, July, summertime, kids are out of school, all that stuff. And so they sent out a letter to people that were booked. You know, they had like maybe 3 or 4 couples, whatever. And they're like, hey, we're gonna close it because we can't get anybody to go. And so they're like, if you move your day, we'll give you 50% of your money back. So now they're taking a whole month of people and trying to clump them in like a weekend to make it look full.
Oh my God.
And they're paying 50% off. And my buddy that works there, he's the one, like, when the Star Cruiser first started, he called, he's like, oh, Jay, you're not gonna believe what they're doing here. And I was like starting to do those Star Cruiser videos last year around this time, and people were like giving me all kinds of crap. They're like, there's no way they're charging that much. I'm like, yeah, they are. They're like, you're a liar. You don't know. The guy sent me like pictures from the inside, and he goes, you could show them, but don't make sure you don't. You didn't send them for me because I'd get in trouble. And I'm showing the inside, on these videos. And people are like, how does he have this information? I'm like, my buddy works there, man. He's building this freaking thing. Like, I know what's going on. And they just kept saying, I'm like, what are they thinking? Charging $6,000
oh my God.
to spend 2 nights. What do you think? Like, who has that kind of money, especially with Joe Biden as the president?
Well, it's the economy, right? Like, and I mean,
that's still a lot of, what can I do where you live in Mexico?
Of money.
If I took $6,000, I said, Nina, what are we gonna do? I know you're married and all that stuff. I'm just saying, like, what?
No, I know. No, come down. Come down here. We'll go to all the parks here. Like, they have like 5-6 parks here. You could do all the parks.
Like, I want to be treated like a king when I go to your town. Can I do that with $6,000?
Fuck yeah, man. Like, you can get, like, there's so much stuff that you can do here for that much money. Like, it's actually ridiculous. And then, like, the other day I saw that, like, fucking Joe Biden tweeted out, like, we need to get rid of the extra hotel fees. Like, we need to get rid of that. And I'm like, the extra hotel fees, dude, y'all are suffering right now. Like, people can't buy groceries.
Got some bigger problems going on, man.
Like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on? Did you see his new gaffe with the whole $1 billion thing?
They think they have no idea what's going on. They're fighting the wrong battle. Dude, but yeah, I'm like sitting there like, $6,000. What could I do for $6,000? I can go visit the pyramids in Egypt. I can go walk the Great Wall of China and still have money and fly first class.
Well, I don't know about first class because first class is expensive.
I flew first class to Beijing with Air Canada, and it was I paid. It was like $2,800.
Oh, wow. Dude, that's a good deal because when I went to like Europe.
That was before the lockdowns, though.
When I went to Europe, like in 20, I forget, it was like 2004, 2011. I forget what year it was, but it was expensive. It was like $10,000 to go first class. But okay, here's a that they're hurting. So
the airlines are hurting. No, you're kidding.
So it's cheaper. Okay, this is funny. Here's a new gaffe. He just can't speak English anymore. Good old Joe.
If they have to pay out $159 billion less for prescription drugs, then it reduces the deficit.
How much was the money?
If they have to pay out $159 billion less.
They're laughing at him,
They're laughing at him.
They're laughing at him.
People are laughing at your president. It's very sad.
Oh, man.
Mark, thank you so much for the member message. You said, I like this guest, Miss Nina. We were wearing the same hat as well. Aw, thank you, Mark. That's so sweet. Patrick G, thank you for the $9.99. Before Walt picked Orlando, he was eyeing Mandeville, Los Angeles? Wait, what is that? Louisiana?
North of Louisiana.
north of New Orleans.
Louisiana was asking for too much, just some history.
Oh,
before
wow.
Walt picked Orlando, he picked Mandeville. Oh, really? I did not know that.
That's interesting.
He got Orlando for like pennies, man, because there was nothing there.
I like what
It
they're
was swamp.
talking about doing. They were wanting to do like a nuclear town, a nuclear future, and like, you know, they had so many plans. It was pretty crazy. But Patrick T, we both didn't know this, and thank you. What's going on with the StreamYard like clips today? Nothing's playing properly.
Oh man, it's been a pain for a week. I know. I click on it, I'm like,
it doesn't show anything. The fuck? Okay. Fucking StreamYard, man. Okay, Bradley Burnett, thank you for the $5 to expound on Jay's point. Democrats are upset that multi-billionaire dollar corporate is being made to pay taxes. Clown world.
yeah, exactly. You think that Biden, all he does is preach about billionaires paying their fair share.
Touch the ricks, man.
You think Disney would be number one on their list?
You would think. We gotta tax the rich. But I'm rich. That means I gotta pay taxes. Oh no!
You can make a living doing that.
Mark, thank you so much for the $10. Says that DK coaster sounds fun. I can't wait for you to show us that on the park hoppin', Jay. Nina, I have enjoyed watching you play Hogwarts Legacy. Cheers, love to you. To my favorite streamers. Thank you so much.
Hey, Mark sent this to me.
Really? Oh my god!
To light up Boba Fett. You see it, Mark? I got
Mark,
it up,
that
man.
was the first thing I complimented him on.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, see that? Cool.
I gotta set it. It's over my keyboard now, but it's gonna have a permanent place pretty soon. So I love it. It's cool. It lights up. I like lights up. I'm a guy. It's like, ooh, it lights up.
I love lights. I love light up stuff. Do you play? Wait, what the fuck's going on? Oh, wait, sorry.
Do I play Hogwarts Legacy? Yeah.
Do you? What house are you?
I'm Hugglepuff.
Me too, Jay. We're Hufflepuffs together. Yay. Yeah. No, I was gonna say, do you play keyboard? Like, how well do you play?
Oh yeah, I play. I used to teach piano like years ago. I don't do that anymore.
Oh my god, I'm so happy that you're Hufflepuff. You're like me.
Yeah.
We're the same club. For the cool kids. Okay, we're gonna end the show, but before we do, we're gonna watch this cool little thing I saw today. That I was like, wait, this is so cool. What? This is like some sort of French movie. And it predicted the cell phone and not just the cell phone, the smartphone in like 1947 or something like that. 1947, absolutely insane prediction from 1947 France of a modern day cell phone call addiction, jaw-dropping accuracy. I don't speak French. I wish I did. But just watching this, you'll kind of be like, whoa, man, this is crazy that they predicted what they predicted. They're talking about like watching TV on your cell phone.
Wow.
You get politics on there.
Voire même sur un problème de mots croisés. Et la rue, singulier spectacle.
Look, everybody's on their phone.
Wow.
Even on the bus.
Dans le métro, on lira le poste du voisin par-dessus.
Or the metro.
Et il y aura des faits divers tellement passionnants que. Et je ne parle pas du feuilleton.
Look, he's watching stuff on there.
Elle était devant lui. Ils étaient l'un devant l'autre. Heureux de se sentir ému. Ému de se sentir
This is so crazy.
La télévision sera pour tous un besoin plus important encore qu'aujourd'hui le cinéma ou la radio. Toutes les voitures seront munies d'un poste récepteur.
Look, this guy's got like a smart car.
Il n'y aura pas souvent de mauvaises nouvelles susceptibles d'affoler les conducteurs impressionnables.
He's got the screen in his car.
Notre rubrique de faits divers. Aujourd'hui, dimanche de Pâques, jour sanglant pour les automobilistes.
On nous signale le 124e accident de la journée.
Oh no, he got into an accident because he was watching TV in his car.
How many people in the chat are watching on their cell phone?
Dude,
curious.
I know.
If anyone.
I watched this on my cell phone this morning, and I was like, "This it tickles me that
Popular
I just
Nina is. She's got like 20 plus notifications. That means it's probably like 1,000 notifications there for her Twitter.
What?
Cell phone, iPad, me. Wow, look at that.
Everybody's watching on the
Laptop.
cell phone.
Okay. I used to like sometimes I put like some of these shows on my TV, but the problem with that is you can't comment.
Yeah, that's what I don't like either. The fact that I can't comment. So sometimes I'll watch people like on my theater, like Friday Night Tights or something. Like I'll have on. By the way, now I can finally get my second invite because you're here.
Yeah, exactly.
But like I'll have like Friday Night Tights on like the screen, but then I'll have it on my phone so that I can chat on the phone, but then I'll be watching it on like the giant screen. Patrick T, thank you for the $4.99. Disney's not going to absorb increased taxes. Ticket prices will just get higher.
Yeah, let them try.
Wow.
Let them try.
And then Theo just coming by to just
Theo,
drop
50.
50. Like just here you go. Wow, thank you so much.
That's
Theo.
awesome, man. That's freaking amazing. What an awesome community, fellow. Whatever you have here.
Fellowship and community.
That's
all of
awesome, man.
All of it. Theo, I hope you backed Drunk's book as well. The link is in the description as well as the pinned comment, which I'm going to bring up one more time before we call it because it's near the end of the show. And where is it? Here it is. I had it.
So many of you have backed it because we're almost at 46.
Amazing.
You guys, man, this chat is MVP, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Play something,
everybody.
Jay. Not today, man. I'm a little rusty, but I used to play for my church a lot.
There it is.
Look at that. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy it. I really hope you enjoy.
And there's also a tier. Don't forget, guys, there's also a tier that if just in case you don't want, you can donate to charity. It's a good cause. It's amazing. Good story. Putting good out into the world. What more could you ask for? I'd love it. I love all of this. So make sure you back this book. Thank you again, everybody, for hanging out tonight. Jay, thank you for coming on, man. Do you want to say something else for before we take off?
I'm blown away, man. Thank you guys so much for your generosity and just the encouragement. And you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy this project, and hopefully this will launch the next few years. We'll get them all out to everyone, and who knows what will happen. Who knows?
Derek, I love
Sky's
this
the limit.
communeship. I like it too.
Yeah, I just need to make up a word and we'll just call
I know. Man,
the fella commune. Something stupid like
that. Jay, tell everyone where they can find you and what else you got going on before we leave.
As well, this month for sure, I'm just hopping on every live stream, just doing like a book tour. But you can find me at All Things Drunk 3PO. We have a good time on our live streams on Saturday, and I try to put out dumb videos during the week. As we laugh at this stupid stuff.
I mean, if we don't laugh, we're gonna cry, and we have to laugh at stuff. I put Drunk 3PO's link tree in the description because he has a lot of links. So make sure you just click on that, and then it'll take you to all of the different things that he's got going on. Obviously, make sure you're subscribed to Drunk 3PO, the channel. He's got Park Hoppin'. What else are you involved with Geeks and Gamers?
That's the big one. I run the theme park channel, but I usually play like video games with them when they do video games. I'm the worst gamer, so
that's right. And then he's also on Friday night main event with Geeks and Gamers, or
Tuesday night
main event with Geeks and Gamers. So make sure you're subscribed to all of those things. Jay, thank you again for coming on tonight.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you and to just, catch up with everything. So until next time, everybody, thank you again, chat. You guys are amazing. Extra thank you, bonus thank yous to those of you who super chatted and became a member, gifted memberships. Thank you for supporting the channel. And also thank you to my mods for being awesome and keeping the chat cool as a cucumber. Till next time, you guys, take care. Bye.